Record. There we go. So now we're going. Welcome everybody tonight. September 29th. For those of you watching tomorrow, welcome to you as well. And we have a lot of stuff going on tonight. We were enjoying our conversation before we pushed that record button, and now we're going to start getting down to business. So how's everybody doing tonight? Anybody got anything they want to share before we get started? Come on, somebody speak up. Dorothy, tell us about your trip.
Oh my gosh. If I was a history teacher and if I could remember everything, I would tell you all about the battlefields, and, all of the battlefields and the museums and the aquarium. What else? All the museums. It was really full of information. I've not been to all the battlefields, and I enjoyed it.
That's fun. Anybody else? Anything exciting? No?
My sugar's going down.
Oh, that's good. What you doing? What you doing different?
I have been walking.
Ah.
And I'm very faithful now about drinking that 1 glass of cold water before I have coffee or anything.
In the morning.
I testify. Drinking that glass of water before coffee. Coffee always.
You know,
I'm really proud of myself doing that.
Yeah. You know, I said something to the meltdown people the other day that because people are always saying our room does so well. What is it that you do in there? And I don't think you can bottle it, and I don't think you can tell somebody what it is. And you know, I tell them what we do and stuff. If I can help somebody, I'm happy to. But it just dawned on me that if Meltdown would ask the people who are participating in the challenge, what are the benefits that they get from it, that would probably be better insight than, you know, talking to the coaches. I think they need to talk to the people. She wrote me back and she said that she thought that was an excellent idea and she was going to talk to Aaron. Does everybody know who Aaron is?
Isn't he the one that created this?
Yes, he was on the program, lost weight, and he's a computer geek, an internet geek, and he saw an opportunity there, and that's after he became a coach. He started these challenges, and then eventually Dr. Anderson decided to partner with him, and it's turned into, oh gosh, the biggest thing. Everybody is getting involved in this. People are getting healthy. I mean, when he used to talk about getting America healthy, I would say only just the first time I said, okay, if you think so. I didn't see that as even a consideration, much less a possibility. And in my 5 short years, I will take that back, and I do see it coming, and I think he will be remembered for that. And I think it will be what turns America around. There's my preaching. I want to do a little, you know, acting with you guys. I don't want it always to be just one person, same subjects and things like that. So I gave you a list of things here, and you have the option to pass if you want to. But if you would take one of those questions and answer it, we'd each get to learn a little bit about each other. You want to start, Lisa? I bet she's muted. Who wants to start? Dorothy, you want to start?
Wow.
I'll start.
Okay, go, Cheryl.
My favorite indoor activity is reading. Simple.
Wow.
Nobody bothers you. Time to relax.
Yeah. What kind of books?
Historical romances I like. I don't go for fiction.
Okay. Very nice. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll tell you which one I was. When I was a child, I loved peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. I'm not surprised.
I went to school with it.
Yeah.
And it's still his favorite.
Anybody else?
I was going to say my favorite food was watermelon, and it still is.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, Martha.
My favorite time of day is most me later at night. Day of the week, I don't really care, but month of the year is October.
Yeah.
I love the fall.
Yeah, Marcia has a birthday coming up.
I second October.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, listen at her already there. Anybody
Her
else?
Her birthday's in October.
Who's
And
next?
I love the fall. So
Yeah.
fall's my favorite
time too.
Hi, Gail.
Okay, nice.
We're taking one question and sharing.
Okay.
You got what question you want to share and answer with?
Oh, well, I love the fall.
How about you, Carol?
Yes, my number one most played song on my iPad is New York, New York by Frank Sinatra.
It's cool.
Well, I don't know if this would be considered a favorite quote or not, but one of my favorites is the golden rule. That just means so much to me, because if I don't want it done to somebody else, done to me, then I try not to do it to anybody else. So I don't know if that's considered a quote, but
that's good.
Yes, that's
I like that. Anybody else?
I like better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
Oh, yeah. I heard that. Say it again, Gail.
It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
Loved it all.
There you go.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that.
Everybody knows my favorite food, and it always has been chocolate.
Yeah. Anybody else?
My favorite food when I was a child, it wasn't food. I guess it was food, but pear nectar. We had it in the store when my dad had a store. So I get a pear nectar container, and I would drink 2 or 3 a day. I really like pear nectar.
All right. That's interesting.
as far as favorite foods, I probably could list more foods that I didn't like than I did like.
I have a favorite song.
You have a favorite what?
Oh, she said song.
Yeah. Song.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The one you sent me a copy of is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. What a wonderful world.
That's true. Yeah. There's a Hawaiian guy that does a wonderful rendition, and Don asked me to find it for her, and I kept it for myself. It was great. Did we get everybody?
No, I didn't think Carol finished.
Huh?
We didn't get you, Kim.
Oh, okay.
There's Kim.
I really enjoy outdoor hiking on nature trails, particularly this time of year. So nice, and the colors are starting to change. So,
when's the last time you got to go?
I took my daughter, I think it was Friday afternoon after work.
Yeah.
And I think we did almost 3 miles, and it was not quite changing yet, but just with the cattails, and it's just pretty out. So I like to take advantage of it because soon I'll be stuck inside.
Yeah. Was that like in a park or something?
Well,
do they have trails?
There's quite a bit of parks and trails. So This was a nice one in West Bloomfield, Michigan, and it was all plowed, and they've really done a nice job on making some trails out here for people to get out and enjoy.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Because that's my favorite exercise.
Walking? Oh, it's actually the best exercise. So,
I can get to.
So let's go over what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to update. I kind of got a little routine I do now, so I'll update on the healthy games and what's going on. And Dorothy's going to do her little support calls, and we are going to stick with these essential oils. There's some health value in that, and it's a slow process, but I want to learn about it, and there's a lot of interest in the room, so we're going to continue to plod along with that and learn a little bit at a time with each other. And then I'm going to cover the subject of, does the quality of your food matter? After that, we'll do some questions. So the way the teams are ranked is that person that has the 3 members, they're in first place. I wonder how Mary likes that. It doesn't really bother me because I know that they're not going to count anyway. But I do. I got tickled when I saw that she went up ahead of Mary because Mary has been first in every challenge, and I would like to be a fly on her wall.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah. So we're halfway there. We hit the 3 weeks. We got 3 more weeks to go. They're up to, I did these today, so it's higher now, but they're up to 21,000 pounds lost, and not everybody's even recording their weight loss. This is the big difference that this is making in people. Is someone needing to speak? Okay. So one of the things I wanted to point out to everyone, and it was interesting because Jessica just commented about how many points she had already gotten in the challenge. But there's a little gold mark on your, right underneath where you earn your points, and it has goal 1430 there. What that is saying, and this is where a lot of people stop getting their points too. What's that saying is by reaching your goal weight and reaching your goal points, then you win that side of the challenge. So if you're not invested in the team in the room, there's a reason for you to stop there. But that's actually when we stand to do our best, and getting your points after that point would be truly for your teams, especially when you've reached your personal point goal. But that's where it is, and that's what that means, and I thought I would share that and point it out to other people. They're doing the Fitbit again for week, or we are in week 4, right? Yeah, so another Fitbit this week. We actually had on Gay's team, which Marcia and Dorothy know, Kathy, she won $50 in that getting your points last week. So we had somebody we know that actually benefited from all this in the sense of money, and everybody's doing great on getting their points. I mean, it's like I see people who I know want to go to bed that are getting their points, and that just touches me. It really does. I'm really proud of all y'all on the good job that you're doing. The next challenge has been announced. I've actually already got the room, but there's no reason for you guys to do anything. It's just sitting there waiting for you. But it starts on November 9th. Okay? So now let's go to the next. All right.
Is that November and December?
Huh?
Will that go through December?
I don't have the exact dates. That I didn't think it would matter. I could have given it, but I didn't bother because I just, when it started, I thought that would be enough information. I'm sorry. You thought more than me. Maybe I'm going to have to make you start working on Tuesday. So, Dorothy, what you got for us tonight?
Well, the nurse's call was very interesting. One of the coaches came on and introduced one of her clients who had been a client many years ago. And, she had decided that she was going to donate a kidney to one of her very good friends from when she was growing up. Actually, a friend's sister from when they were growing up. So she went and she was tested for everything. And they said that she qualified for everything, but she had to lose some weight before she could donate her kidney. So she came to her old coach and lost 15 pounds and was able to donate a kidney. And then after she donated the kidney, she worked with her coach and nutrition support, getting the right kinds of food so that she could heal good. So it was quite an emotional call.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite emotional.
Yeah. The support that they have available to everybody, what we now refer to as our optimal health community, these are numbers that are in the back of your quick start guide. And client services, if you're ever somewhere and you can't put an order in and you're changing order or something, you should have that 800 number in your cell phone, because you can call them and they can do everything you can do and do it for you. You don't have to always be at your computer to do anything. And then when you have just questions that come up, I mean, Dorothy, Marcia, and I, we use nutrition support a lot. I don't know if anybody else in the room has used them, but it's, you know, this is not just for coaches. This is for everyone. And you can write them and ask them any question you have. They'll even take a recipe. Dorothy, you've told them this before. Go ahead, tell them again.
Well, I had someone who wanted to know if they could eat whatever this recipe was, and they were able to tell them what to replace so that it would be okay to be on the program. I also had a client who likes a particular item at the local restaurant, and I was able to get her information on whether or not she could have that on the program, and she could. So they answer all kinds of questions.
Yeah, and whether you're on the program now or you were on the program at some time ago, those services are always, they're always your optimal health community. You might leave, but they never leave. So here's our little bit tonight on the oils. And what I thought I would do, and I don't know how available Dawn is I would just learn with you. So what interests me is what are the kind of things I need, and what is it that you do with the oils, and when is it that you use them. So what I found that was of use to me is there are many uses for essential oils, from therapeutic foot baths to scented room sprays. Remember, less is more. And then this little blurb over here helps a little bit, and it shows you all the different ways that you can use these essential oils. And then you also have, and you can go online yourself and get information like this that would be more specific to what it is your real question is, and the things that you can use when you're using these oils. I know I want to get a infuser for the house and start using it that way. I definitely want to do the small spray bottles. Tony did something in the challenge this week for hair conditioner. I want to try that one. So I'm interested in learning, and Dawn is more than willing to share her information. And she told me that you guys have been in contact with her through email, which is great. So the instructions. Let me move your pictures. That's what I'm doing when you see me dragging things. The instructions test. Who's that? Is that you, Lisa?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Dawn,
oh, to the baby? Okay. Test for skin sensitivity by doing a patch test. Put a little bit of diluted oil in the bend of your elbow and wait 24 hours to see if itching or redness develops. So I wouldn't have thought about that. And so I thought that was worth knowing and worth sharing. And number 2, use essential oils in the bath by adding 3 to 8 drops to the tub, depending on the oil. Add it just before you get in and soak for at least 10 minutes. Use oils as an inhalant to treat congestion. Try eucalyptus. I've done that without thinking about it.
Peppermint.
And also with peppermint or stress, and it does say try peppermint or sandalwood.
That one is, do not put that many drops in a peppermint.
Okay.
Get the chills so bad you'll have to cover up in bed with blankets and sleeping bags and someone laying on top of you.
That sounds pretty bad.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll try it.
Thank you, Don. Here's what they said. Put 4 drops in a bowl of hot, almost boiling water. Drape a towel over your head to make a tent and breathe in the steam for a few minutes. Now, I have one of those things for vapor rub or something like that. I wonder if I could use that in that, maybe. Or you can make a foot bath with 5 to 7 drops of oil in a quart of warm water. Soak for about 10 minutes. Try lemon, mint, tea tree, or juniper oil. Put 20 drops per 5 ounces of water in a spray bottle to make a room spray, and add a drop or 2 to a basket of dried flowers. So I have candles that I burn for scent, which I think this would probably be much better than what I'm already doing there. And 6, put a drop of oil on a hot. Where'd you go?
Yeah, really.
There you go. Turn the lights on. All right, let me get this over here now. Put a drop of oil on a hot light bulb, but don't try this with halogen lights.
Okay.
Create a blend for massage by adding 10 drops of oil per 1 ounce of diluting oil, also called a carrier oil. Make up a massage oil. Use an apricot or 100% extra virgin cold pressed olive oil for normal skin types. Try aloe vera or coconut oils for dry skin. Use grapeseed oil in blends for skin that tends to be oily. And 10, don't use mineral or baby oil as a carrier. They don't absorb well.
Oh,
Now, I will send an email with this in it if you guys are interested in it.
yes.
Yeah, it's too much to write. And I talked to Dawn today about, I wish there was like, I could say to you, you can go to this person and order this, and then they'll get it to you and they'd be able to guide you. And I actually thought that would be Dawn. And Dawn is going to see about doing that, and so we'll just see in the future how that goes with her. But I'm going to keep working on trying to find y'all a resource, okay?
Thank you.
There we go. Okay. I didn't know what that noise was. I thought it was my computer. Doesn't want to go forward for me. Not my fault.
While you
Yeah.
oh, there you go.
There we go. So that was that about the oils. So what I'm doing here is I don't have a position on anything, but I just want to bring to light something that is said to be the most important thing that you do where your food is concerned, and that is the quality of the food that you have. And, you know, the experts don't agree. You have people who say dairy is good. You have people who say dairy is evil. You have, that leaves people confused as what to do. And that even goes to other things as well. Not just the milk and the dairy, the meat, the organic, the sugars. We're hearing things about this all the time, but who do you know to listen to, and how can you figure it out for yourself? So what I put together here is a little information where you can use the facts and then maybe make better choices. We all know that the government has not been correct about other things that have been health related to us, and it took years for them to start fixing the harm that they did. So the fact that it has impacted us in our food intake is a lot of it is done for lobbyists, for doctors. It's done, who does the studies? Who are these scientific reports for that all of us are relying on and making decisions based on that? And which population were they looking at when they did these studies and came up with these results? And was the food, was it stuff of high quality? that would matter in the way that things turned out in the food. So the reason they disagree on pretty much everything is because of the lack of knowledge in terms of how those scientific studies were made and who they actually were for. But does it really matter, all of the stuff that you hear people talking about? Dawn, is that you, honey?
She just
Okay.
did it.
Okay, good. So there's a lot of information out there, and it's really cheaper and it's easier to go in a grocery store and buy something. But we've all been told that this is better than if you eat that. So the guy who goes out and fishes in the water and catches his own fish, would you agree that that would probably be more quality of food than the fish that are grown in those fish farms? Yes?
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
I wouldn't because I happen to live in New Bern, North Carolina, and people couldn't fish in the river there because it was the most polluted river in the United States. So when you're talking about going fishing versus fish in the store, fish in the store has to be tested and meet certain quality standards, whereas if you're fishing, people don't stop to think about the quality of the water or what's in the water that they're fishing in.
And that's right. And there's all kinds of opinions on this. Mine would differ from her, but I don't eat fish, so it doesn't matter. You know, that's again, what did I just say? That even the experts don't agree, right? So then you have the free range cattle that have the farmer that goes out there and he milks them and he takes care of them. Then you have the hunters that hunt their food and they eat what they shoot. You have to admire them for that, and you have to know when they're getting their food from the wild that that is better than using the factory farms. Some things everybody can agree on. So then you have the food supply chain of how long it takes to get from when it's first made to you picking it up off of that shelf, and there's a lot of things that happen in between there. So why would it matter? Why would it matter? Food is energy, food is life. This is what made me do this piece, is this right here. And to determine the value of a meal, we would measure the amount of nutrient it contained. Labeling is that process in action. Food is much more than a bunch of chemicals. It is indeed energy, information, and memory. Now, this definition applies to any substance we consume. Whatever metabolic effect the body receives happens because food communicates a specific message to our cells. The caffeine in coffee literally tells the heart to beat faster. It tells the blood pressure to spike and instructs the nervous system to accelerate its function. There is communication, there is energy, and there is information. The fiber in your oatmeal actually chats with your intestines. It tells them to contract. It has a side conversation with your liver, your pancreas, and your bloodstream. It asks your LDL cholesterol to drop and your blood sugar to stabilize. Food is talking. Yeah. Food is talking to your body, and your body is talking back. Hey, Marcia. And this is scientific reality. So when we're talking about the quality, and that's why I was saying I wasn't taking a position on anything. I'm saying that if you're eating pizza, you can get the worst version of it or you can get the best version of it. And I think that is what they mean when they talk about the quality of the food that you're eating. And everybody's might come down in a different place of what is fresh, but of what is good. But obviously fresh would be in the better side of this. Organic would be in the better side of this. The quicker from the farm to your table would be on the better side of this. So there's choices that you can make. And that was my only point tonight. Look at that Neanderthal guy. Isn't that funny?
That's funny.
I like that.
Can I say something? I'd like to point out that a lot of the business about food is based on research. And there's a plethora of research out there where people get their opinions about milk is good or bad, meat is good or bad, what's good or bad. But you have to, if you start looking at that, you have to remember research can actually be skewed to make whatever point the researcher wants to make. So anytime I'm looking at research, I want to see what the quality of the research is too. That was my only point.
Thank you. So let's cut out the middleman.
I don't want to be a
I
middleman.
love the picture.
That's cool. That's funny.
Maybe Tony wants to.
That's funny. There we go. Who's heard of family farms? This is where all of this was heading. I love this. Who knows family farms? Have
I
y'all
do.
heard about them?
I do.
Have you ever used a family farm?
I do.
No, because I don't eat vegetables.
So you can go to this website and you can put your zip code in there. Let me put mine.
Local Harvest, is that the website, Connie?
Yes, it's localharvest.org, and it will come up with all of the local farmers in your area. You can actually order vegetables every month, and they'll send them right to your house, and you can't pick them out. They send you whatever's in season, but you'll get fresh grown vegetables delivered right to your house. Yeah. So how about that?
Hey, Connie.
Uh-huh.
One site that I've used is Door to Door Organics.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever heard of them? They
I
will
have.
deliver to your home as well, and it's all organic produce. And you have to go what's in season, but there's options. So
Is there a website?
yeah, it's Door to Door Organics.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I don't know if it's nationwide, but I know in Michigan you can get it. In my area, anyway, Southwest.
Right.
Southeast.
Where we're at, we have a place called Field Goods, and what they do is they tell you what they're bringing each week, and you can choose to get it or not. And we get it delivered every week to our work. So some places have it delivered to their work, some places have it delivered to their schools. So you pick up like once a week. You can look at it's called Field Goods, and I think that's like I think it's all around, and it's all local produce.
Go ahead and stick out into both of you put those addresses in the room, and that way everyone can have access to it. So I want to end this with talking a little bit about what a nutrient is, and it is a chemical substance in food that helps maintain the body. Some provide energy, all help build cells and tissues, regulate bodily processes such as breathing. No single food supplies all the nutrients the body needs to function. We obviously know the better we feed ourselves, the better we're going to feel. Food is your medicine. I wanted to show you why it makes a difference whether you're eating a protein, a carb, or a fat. And when we talk about the handful of nuts, it isn't that they're not good for you. It is that they have the most calorie per volume that you're eating. So if you're trying to lose weight, you want to stay away from things that have the highest amount of calories. The variables which affect nutritional need is age, and gender, and activity level, climate, and health, and the state of nutrition. Are y'all having fun with this? I had fun with this today, playing with you guys. So now, any questions for me?
I have a comment.
Okay.
Some people might not know this, but when I started off with Take Shape for Life, I didn't necessarily do so much for losing weight, although it was a nice side effect, but I just don't eat right. And fortunately, I have Aunt Connie, and so she happened to be visiting, and we talked about it. So I just wanted to share that to say that I started with Take Shape for Life to get my nutrition because I so don't eat healthy. And I like about the meal replacements that they're nutritionally complete. So I don't have to stress over if I'm getting what I need to get. and the energy that I found, and it's to the point now where my palate is adjusted that if I eat something that's not good for me, my body tells me because I feel ill.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that.
Well, that's one of the first feelings you get when you change from eating food that you purchase over the counter and the Medifast food is the difference in how you feel because you've changed your glycemic level, you've changed your calorie point, it's all anti-inflammatory, and so that is the best quality food of that kind of food that you're going to get, and that's why I always use it too, Lisa. So thank you.
I'd like to add that since I've started Take Shape for Life, I have not picked up a salt shaker.
Wow.
And aside from if I drink soda, I haven't had no sugar. I was using Truvia, now I use stevia. So, where I've gotten off is I'm a total doaholic, but my palate has adjusted to the no salt and no sugar, and I'm so much healthier for it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you did it, honey. Thank you. So we had news, and this probably relates to coaches more than it does to everyday people. But I can't see why not share it because it's information you'll have as they start talking about it. You'd be curious what it is. But last night on our leadership call, they told us that Medifast Direct, which is Medifast, and then Take Shape for Life came along, and they took that product that used to be in doctors' offices, and they put it in the hands of the people using it and taught them how to become coaches, and that part was Take Shape for Life, and that's the part that I ended up in years later. The beginning of this organization, I think, was 18 people. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Marsha or Dorothy, but so they're doing different things and to reach more people, and they're also doing things because Take Shape for Life has done such a remarkable job that Medifast Direct is no longer their flagship. Their flagship has now become Take Shape for Life, and they have the exclusive rights to the Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan now. Medifast will no longer disseminate information or offer the 5-in-1 program. They're going to offer, what is it they're offering, Dorothy?
4 2-in-1.
4 2-in-1, and they're going to call it Achieve, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Achieve, and the people who go through Medifast Direct, they no longer, if I understood it correctly, have the health community, the optimal health community. This is going to become all about Take Shape for Life, it looks like to me. So that's the only thing I have new. Anybody else that know anything new they want to share?
Let me add a little bit to that. Those people who go on the 4 2-in-1 will never go into fat burn. They will never get the energy that the 5-in-1 program will provide them.
Yeah.
They never go into fat burn.
Does this affect where we get our Medifast food from?
No, nothing changes for us. It's just we now have become the flagship. That's all that is. It could have gone without stating, but I said, why not? You're going to hear it, and why not know what it is that's actually happening? It's paperwork, but now you know. Okay.
Anybody have any questions about it?
All righty. Thank you, Dorothy. You got my next slide. Let's end it on a success story. Success does not come to you, you go to it. And what do you think? Think staying focused paid off for this little lady?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love to see these. I love to see these.
Good ending.
That's it. We're done.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at everybody that's here. I can't ever tell who's here when the screen is shared. I only get to see people talking on 4 screens at a time. So how are you, Miss Jan?
I'm great. How's everybody?
Well, everybody's good. We were talking a lot earlier. Gail. Kim, Carol, Colleen, Dick, Cheryl, Marcia.
Big crowd.
Yeah, everybody. Marcia, we're going to go to the gym tomorrow if you want to go with us.
Really? What time?
We don't have a time. I'll get with you in the morning. Call me when you get up.
Okay, I also need your help because I switched to Windows 10 and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find Zoom.
Okay. That's something. I'm going to stop recording